You know, there's so many stories, you know, so many things. There's so many bad outcomes. There's so many good outcomes. One of the outcomes I had, I pronounced a 132nd murder in Minneapolis during when they were called Murderapolis in 1996.
I've been shot at, I've been bled on, you know, all those kind of things.
We had a call at an assisted living facility, and a woman in her late 80s was there, and it wasn't a particularly serious call. My work, you know, clinically was done very early, and I monitored and talked to her the whole time, and I just asked her what she was. Well, I happen to be a nurse. And she said, well, I was a nurse in World War II. What was the hardest part about leaving New York City and going to North Africa and being in battle? And she told me, going to the bathroom in the desert.
We pulled up on a house fire. We were last truck in the service area, so we heard the call go out. So as I was rolling up to the scene, we saw this garden hose going through this hole and the son screaming that his dad's in the house, his dad's in the house. So without even thinking, I kind of just ran in, just not paying attention to what I was doing, and just went in and went over to the garage door, reached in, flames, smoke, looked in, and here's this gentleman lying on the ground beneath a boat, between a boat and a wall. We got him in the back of the truck, and I don't know how my partner did it, but he got 2 large IVs in, and we started running fluids in him, and all of a sudden on the second stick, this guy woke up. I started thinking afterwards, you know, here I just ran into the house, I have a young family, and my wife is at home with the kids, and you know, I put myself in such danger, and I can't believe I did that. But I didn't even think about it, you know, it's kind of...
In our profession, we see a lot of tragedy. We see horrible things that happen to people, sometimes through no fault of their own. And to have the opportunity to deliver or to assist delivering a baby into the world was a nice contrast. And I think that stuck with me and kind of helped me to put things into perspective.
We ran a call several years ago at Circus RV Park. And when we got there, we got the call as a cardiac arrest, and CPR was in progress by the security folks in the office. And we took over care of him, and we must have defibrillated him at least 10 times and did everything we knew how to do, pushed every drug we knew how to push. By the time we left, they still hadn't gotten a pulse back, and to our knowledge, he had passed away. About 6 months later, we got a phone call from our office asking us to come back in, that there was someone that was waiting for me. And when I got there, there was a gentleman in his mid-60s that was waiting on the sidewalk. And he walked up to me and he asked me, "Are you Debbie?" And I said, "I am." And he shook my hand and he says, "I've been looking for you." And he said, "My wife and I were staying at the Circus RV Park, and I went into cardiac arrest, and you came and took care of me." And he hugged me so hard and said, "Thank you. You saved me."
You're always taking care of people at the worst time of their life. Don't think that they're so happy to see you because they don't want to be in this condition. They don't want to have this illness. They don't want to be traumatized. And so you just kind of have to put that aside and still treat these patients to the best of their abilities.
Things change so rapidly. The medicine changes, the techniques we use change, and it's never really the same, and there's always an opportunity to get better at what we do. I always tell my students, EMS is a lot like golf. You can practice it all your life, but you're never going to master it.
One of the things that sort of comes naturally or comes with the time of experience and knowledge is compassion.
I know I truly was put in this profession for a reason. I've never felt as comfortable as I've ever felt in the back of an ambulance. So
we were born, we live, and then we die. And somewhere in the middle, there may be emergency medical technicians and paramedics who help ease some of the pain and suffering or trials and tribulations that go on out there.
And I can't think of anything I'd rather be doing. I really can't. It's a great job.
And I'm proud to do this job. I would never do anything other than this job and to teach. And that's why I do this.